Hello, everyone. Well, at 59, I'm a meat eater and looking for a lifestyle change. I did what millions of people do, research YouTubers. Now, somehow, the first one I found were two very famous Australian Aussie ones, Durian Rider and Freely. Now, from Freely, I got a new compulsion, banana and dates. I had to eat it all day long. And from Durian Rider, I've learned to carve the whatever up. Now, at nearly 60, none of them were giving me much of a push toward the diet change. Now, both of them will give you plenty of good advice when it comes to endurance training, and also an earful of words you never knew existed. Now, let me see through my notes. Everyone knows I'm a bit absent-minded. I need my notes. Now, Durian Rider and Freely are the best PR or public relation that the vegan movement have. Why is that? They create controversy. They are outrageous. They entertain. And with that, they pass a message. Now, the vegans movement or the vegan movement can draw up from the energy and start spreading their own message. Now, how can we meat eater still be militant and be eating and living ethically? We have many resources these days, and when it comes to our food, we have to ask ourselves a few questions. How is our food treated? Was it sprayed with pesticides, herbicides? And were they sprayed with chemicals that make them grow so fast? So, with animals, did they have or been treated ethically? Did they have a long trip from farm to slaughterhouse? And even after that, in the slaughterhouse, how were they treated? The way our food is treated, I believe the best way is, whenever possible, reduce the amount of fish and meat. And then organic is the way, to make sure our food is clean and treated properly. Now let's see my other notes. Energy and water. Well, whenever possible, use solar, wind as energy source. And whenever possible, have a rain harvesting tank. We can use that for toilets and for garden. Here in Australia, we have houses, apartment buildings, schools that use solar power, and they also harvest rain. Clothing and shoes and in between. What sort of material we use? Is this material made of organic fibers? Let's say cottons, wool, silk. Whenever possible, don't use synthetic fabrics. As we know, they are made from fossil fuels. Use natural versus synthetics. Now, they also use chemicals to make our perfumes and makeup. Always use natural versus synthetics. And also make sure the animal-free cruelty. With clothing ensures make sure that we know what sort of treatments the workers are under. How are they treated? And are they paid fairly? Again, plenty of resources to check this out. Now, a lot of our food comes in containers. Let's say the milk, your soy milk or whatever product you're using, they come in containers. Most of them, unfortunately, made of plastic. So, when it is possible, please use or buy food in glass containers or Tetra Briks. It makes sense that if we know that plastic comes from fossil fuel, that we make sure we choose glass and Tetra Briks. Now, we have also recycling. Okay. We need to reuse versus recycling. Remember when milk came in glass bottles and they were reused? Reuse is better than recycling. But of course, don't forget to recycle when reuse is not a possibility. Our eggs now. Egg industry is notorious for the treatment of the hens. So always use free-range or organic eggs. I actually use one that allows me to check the farm directly. And also, if we buy free-range or organic, let's know our sources. By doing this, we are giving this industry a big push toward the right direction. Pet ownership. We have many animals in pet shelters. So make sure to adopt instead of going to a pet farm. But if we go to a pet farm, let's make sure we know them. We know how they treat their animals and if they love their animals as well. So there we go. That gets on my nerves. Overpopulation. I myself don't believe in that concept. Yet, having less children makes sense when it comes to the cost of rearing and education. But if we accept the concept of a population and that too many children are now in disadvantaged situation, then you probably have decided not to have them. But it makes sense too that you sponsor or adopt a child. In that way, you make sure that he or she receives a good education, meaning that with knowledge come choices that this child will apply in adulthood. Vegan or meat eater, we can all live ethically. We can all take steps to realign to the natural ruling of this earth. Now, I have spoken about natural ruling in other of my videos. And remember, every little step toward the right direction is a big step for humanity. Thank you for watching.